Welcome back to the PSN Command Network, also known as the original Protest Sports Network. It's your boy Tonka, a tech. I am back in the video if I get to a glory to God. For God's right now, God of the doors. And pay with people in the Lord's name. Today video, I'm here to rap to you about the Washington Commanders. If I get too far into today's video, I'm gonna give y'all that's a little soliloquy, but in a way, but give y'all a verse of the day, and then we'll go ahead and I want to shout out a group of young men that I really appreciate um, that they did on a certain platform real quick. But Ephesians 2, chapter 2, verse 10 says follows, "For we are God's handiwork, creating Christ Jesus to do good works, in which God prepares in advance to do." That is today's verse of the day. And I want to shout these boys on that podcast, bro. The Off the Porch podcast, man. This some YNs, unquote. They brought a Bible to the off the porch podcast, and shout out to them guys. Shout out to them boys from YNs to YDs, from young Negroes to young disciples. That's pretty cool. But let's get right to today's video. So we're talking about Bill Croskey-Merritt in today's live stream, and we're gonna talk about him in deep detail, talk about the things that I've seen from Bill Croskey-Merritt so far, with his transformation, with his body, and also the lack of Bill in the OTA sessions, and now we saw him fully healthy at minicamp. And what do I expect from Bill Croskey-Merritt this year? And why I do expect a year two leap from the young man. Let's talk about. So we've seen Bill put some weight on. Bill probably put about 15 pounds of muscle. Bro looks strong as a mug now. You seen Bill? Have we seen Bill Croskey-Merritt? Bill Croskey-Merritt look a little different now. Oh, okay, I can't. Why? I don't know why I can't find. So let's go on X, man. Shout out to A are in here. Blue Red Wings, yeah, he got yoked, bro. Like, bro, been on potatoes. You can't say potatoes. You gotta say potatoes, and steak. My man been on this. Yeah, my man looks strong. How strong he looked, bro. Bro, you know, look how much bigger he looks, bro. And like he didn't lose a step though, bro. Like it's kind of scary, bro. Look at Bill now, bro. Bill looked like he gained like 10, 15 pounds of pure, unadulterated muscle, bro. He might have bulked down a little bit because and when he was training with the running back trainer, I forgot his name, I forgot the Instagram name, but bro, like he about 5 pounds bigger than this, but he definitely put some muscle. Like bro looks a lot different. Look at him last year. Look how skinny he looks from last year. That's last year, bro. He looks so much more skinny. He looks so much more stronger, bro. Look at the difference, bro. Like he got more definition in his arm. He looked different, bro. He looked different. He looked just as violent with the cuts too. So like, I feel Bill was probably 185, 190 last year. He's probably 205 pounds. I think. And look, bro, he's catching the football better. It's not just his transmission to his body, but his game too. Like his game looks different already. He's just different from AR Washington running back. Look how skinny he look on this run compared to now. This full pads. He looks skinnier. You know what I'm saying? So he keep that same explosion he had on that touchdown run. Yeah, Jacory gonna be a problem, bro. And look how he don't lose stride. When he gained that weight, he didn't lose his speed. So, and this is from
Scott. Bill Croskey-Merritt. Bill got bigger. It is year number 2 for Commanders running back Bill Croskey-Merritt. Pretty good rookie season. In the offseason, he was in the weight room, eating cleaner, putting on some muscle mass, ready for his second campaign in the National Football League. Bill Croskey-Merritt, he's fired up about this new offense led by David Blau.
Bill's second NFL season, second offense you got to learn.
Look how different he looked, bruh. Look how different he looked, bruh. Gosh. Bro, me a problem. Yeah, to me, he like, bro, when I saw him in person last year, right? He about 190, 195. Like, he might have been 200 flat. I'm about 220. I'm about 220 myself. So now I'm like I'm 220, which is great. But and I'm like probably about 4 or 5 inches shorter than him. But ain't the point. Bill he was about 190 last year. 190. He might have been 200 pounds, maybe, but I think he was like probably 190. Yeah, 205. He about 2. Yeah, I think he's like 210 now. Yeah, 205, 210. I can see that.
New offense by David Blau.
I love it. I feel like we're going downhill with it. Like everybody attacking it, everybody learning it, putting the time in it. So I love it. Like we all bought in. So we just ready to go out there and execute it.
Curious from a running back's perspective, with Jaden being under center more, how can that benefit the run game?
I feel like as a running back, you can see things before it happens. Like I feel like it's better than being in gun with me personally. So get to see things before it happens, and I feel like it's a great thing for the running backs.
Listen, there's not going to be a so-called bell cow in this offense. Bill Croskey-Merritt, he'll get plenty of snaps. So will Rachaad White. Don't forget about Fat Man, Katron Allen, Jerome Ford, Jeremy McNichols. Go down the list. This is a deep running back room.
I agree with Scott Abraham, but this is why I'm going to argue with him. No one cuts like Bill in this running back room. No one can make the violent and quick and decisive cuts that Bill Croskey-Merritt makes in this running back room. He's the best out the bunch as a pure runner. And it's not close. It's not close. It's not even. Rachaad White probably ain't 75% the runner that Bill is. And I'm going to keep it a bang. Now, is Rachaad White a better pass catcher? By far the best pass catcher of anyone in this room. But as a pure runner, Bill is here and everyone else is here. Or here. Bill is a way better runner. So I don't think he's gonna be the bell cow. He's gonna get the most carries though. He will be running back 1. He will be the starter when they take that first snap against Philadelphia in week 1. And a lot of people were like, maybe Rachaad might get a chance because he's Jaden's best friend and he's a great pass catcher, he's a great pass protector, and I think he does that a lot better than Bill does. Okay, I'll give you that. Okay. I can feel that. Okay, he probably was 200. Then. I get what you're saying. Okay. All right. For me, I'm saying what I've seen in person. Like, when I looked at him in person, he looked like you. But now this was in camp. So maybe toward the end of the season, he might gain some weight too. But at camp, it was like the second day of camp, he's about 195 max to me. But he probably was 200 pounds by the end of the season for sure. I was saying at the beginning of training camp, he looked like he about 195. He might have been 200 pounds, but he like you about between 190 and 195 to me. Okay. I'm trying to get down on 180. I'm trying to get his weight off, man. I love the depth of the running back room, too. I completely agree with that. Yeah, I agree with that. I love the running back room. I think everyone fits a purpose. Everyone fits a role. I think everyone can exceed them. That's not what I love about this running back room. I don't mean to take the attention off of Bill, but Bill's the best runner. But I think he's also can catch the football at the backfield, can pass protect once he learns. K-Tron Allen's a short yardage back, but I think that he could go on 1st and 10 and give you 10, 15 yards. I think he could pass protect on 3rd down, maybe. He can't catch the ball. That's the one thing about K-Tron. But Jerome Ford, he could run the ball and take it 60 yards to the crib, but also he can catch the football in the backfield. He do a little bit of everything. Jeremy Nichols, a jack of all trades. So I love the running back room. Agree. Yeah, you got it. No, I'm just saying what I saw in person. Like, that's just my opinion. I could be wrong. He could be 200 pounds. And that'd be cool. Like, but he was skinnier. We both agree on that. So that matters. But yeah. Bill, man. I think Bill's posed for at least 1,000 yards. He's like 1,000 yards is not impossible, and it's not even difficult anymore. You got to average about 67 yards a game, I think. You have 60 yards a game. Bill can give you 60 yards, given the correct amount of carries. We've seen Bill have 14 carries and 100 yards. 120 yards, i.e. the Chargers game. Multiple big runs. Even had a big catch in that game, too. So, we know what Bill can do, man. Bill. Yeah. Definitely trying to get this weight off, bro. Definitely trying to get this weight off, bro. My playing weight's like 200 pounds, so I want to get there. I'm 200 pounds. I'm like 5'6", so yeah, 200 pounds. Still overweight, but a strong 200 pounds with muscle. I think that'd be cool. Yeah, I can see that. But I think it was also the scheme, though. Like, and I think some games where he was having some success, and it go to him. I.e. the Falcons game, i.e. the Packers game. I'm getting you were down 14-0. You could blink against Green Bay. I kind of understand it to a certain extent, but you could have ran the ball more 4 times with the running back. Like 4 times? Running back gets 4 carries. That's it. 4 carries? Come on, that's ridiculous. I think something's on the play call. I understand. I think something's on the play call, but could be wrong. I could be incorrect on that, but I think something on the play call too. I think Bills is posed for a great year this year. Man. I got this feeling that I know Rachaad White gonna play a huge part of his running back room. I know K-Chung gonna have his role, but I think Bill's going to be that semi-bell cow, like getting 15 to 20 touches a week, and he's going to take advantage of every opportunity given. And I think he'll be more consistent. I think that I think you need to give him more opportunity. I know some games we had some opportunity, he didn't take advantage of them, like the Chicago game. I don't think he played his best game. He had 17 carries for 61 yards. That wasn't his best performance. But as you know, the week before with the Chargers game, think he had over. I know he had. He was less freaking goal player of the game. So let's see. He was just at 208. I definitely think he was 208. That's crap. No, he wasn't on 208. That's a dad. Oh, 195, 200 pounds. If that. He did have his 4.6 yards per carry. It's pretty good. Honestly, that's a game. So. But 10 carries for 82 yards in his debut. That's a really good debut. And a touchdown run. Pretty good. That was that counter tray that we kept doing early in the season to get him in the end zone. He had 4 for 17 versus the Packers. I think he could have ran the ball more there. 8 for 26 versus the Raiders. I agree that wasn't a good rushing performance by him. 7 for 47 versus the Falcons. Perfect example of the run is working, but you refuse to run the ball with the kid. That was ridiculous. 14 for 111. 2 touchdowns against the Chargers. Heck of a performance. Florida with a disappointing performance versus the Bears. The Bears. 17 for 61. 11-yard run in there, but a bunch of negative plays. He fumbled in that game as well. Jaden had the fumble that sealed the game, but get our point there. 13 for 33 versus the Cowboys. We also got blown out. So 9 for 25 versus the Chiefs. 12 for 38 versus the Seahawks. 11 for 30 versus the Detroit Lions. That's disgusting. 9 for 20 versus the Dolphins. He had a stretch for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks. He went adding 3.5 yards per carry. That's bad, right? We only had 4 carries for 20 yards versus the Broncos. But we only had 4 carries. 7 carries for 32 yards versus the Vikings, who got shut out. That's disgusting. 18 for 96 versus the Giants. That's what I'm talking about. 8 for 25 versus the Eagles in week 16. 11 for 105. But really, he had 10 for 35 because he had 17-yard rushing that game. But that's still 100 yards. And then 13 for 29 in the season finale. So he does need to be more consistent. Red Wings, you are spot on that. He need to be more consistent. How we are on the Ayuk saga, I honestly don't care if he comes here. Great. If not, I'm cool. I have faith in our guys. That's a good question. Apparently Brandon Ayuk is doing some work now. So he filed the NFLPA for reinstatement. Also, he made a complaint to the NFLPA about the guarantee money that got taken away from him last offseason. Also, he actually fired his agent. Like, he actually did the paperwork to fire his agent. So I believe a certain someone that we know very well, Mama Daniels, is Mama Jackson, is the agent of Brandon Ayuk. Just my speculation. I'm not saying it's true. I don't have sources. I'm not certain YouTubers in our community that have sources. But I do believe a certain someone close to him. That's why he's in Virginia right now. Certain someone is his agent. And I believe that certain someone is Jaden Daniels' mom. I really believe that wholeheartedly. Now, I could be wrong, but yeah, that's my quick spiel there. I think Jaden's mom is going to take over the agent duties for the guy that he fired, and she's advising him to go file for NFLPA for reinstatement. And I think the next thing of advice he needs to take care of is take your butt to California, go take care of that Santa Clara warrant, get out the way, and then threaten to show up. If you threaten to show up to 49ers minicamp, you will apply for reinstatement, you take care of that warrant. I'm sure the 49ers will gladly release you, and then you can be with you, baby. Like you say yesterday, to be with you, baby. I'm going to wait. You don't got to wait. Just take care of your business, and you'll be a commander. So if he does come here, great. If he doesn't, I'm completely with you on that. I'm at that point. I only care if I'm a content creator, honestly. If I was a regular fan, I probably wouldn't give a hell. I'm gonna keep it a band with you. I wouldn't give a crap. But the fact that I am a content creator, this does bring views to the channel. This does bring potential subscribers. I have to kind of care, but I really don't give a crap outside of that. It's good content, but at this point, if Brandon does come, great. I welcome Brandon Ayuk with open arms. If he doesn't come, great. He can go to the shadow room if I care. I don't really give a crap. Not my problem. That's my personal thing. Was it actually fun to watch? Especially on Dreaming. I think even the young Wizards before they got Trae Young and what's his face? AD, and they got AJ DeBonta now. I think that team was fun. Trey Johnson and Kashawn George and all these other young players. Alex Sarr, like that team wasn't winning, but it was fun to watch. Seeing these young guys grow together. Bilal Coulibaly, like these guys were growing. Now there's gonna be some expectations attached to them now, though. So I hope they're ready because I expect the Wizards to be a playoff team this year. I'm personally not a Wizards fan, but you guys already know I'm a Sixers fan. But I do cheer for the Wizards because I live here. I live in DC. I live in the city, and I wish the Wizards nothing but good fortune until they play the Sixers. Outside of that, the other 79 games of the season, I want the Wizards to play well. So I think they're going to be a fun team to watch, though. Like they're going to be very fun. I think they were fun to watch last couple of years, but they're really going to be fun to watch now. They got these young players. They had to trade none of that young core to get Trae. I mean, they traded AJ Johnson, the AJ kid. They traded him away. I think in the Trae Young trade. And they sent him somewhere. I forgot. But the only guy they really traded, I was like, ouch. But yeah, they ain't trade George. They ain't trade Coulibaly. They ain't trade they didn't trade Trey Johnson. None of the really young pieces that were really fun to watch. It never got rid of none of them. And they didn't trade Alex Sarr and that. So this team's gonna be interesting, bro. This team's gonna be interesting. You add AD to that front court. You add AJ DeBonta as small forward. They got length now too. Pause. They got height now. So it should be fun. Yes, they will win more games, especially with Trae and AD. If AD were to not get traded, it's a possibility they do trade away Anthony Davis still, but they might just go ahead and extend it. We'll see. But I would say if AD is around and he's healthy, kind of same as my Sixers, same problem. Like Joel Embiid never stays healthy, AD never stays healthy. If the Wizards stay healthy, I even say if AD plays more than half the season, the Wizards should be like probably a top 6 seed in the East. I don't want to make this a full basketball conversation, but I think they should make the playoffs, and I think they should comfortably make the playoffs as well if they're healthy. But we'll see. We'll see. Nats are going to be great. They had a bullpen. Oh, my gosh. The Nats had a bullpen, and they had consistent hitting all the time. They would be pretty good. I have to agree with that. The hitting's a little spotty sometimes. Back to Bill Croskey-Merritt, though. Bill Croskey-Merritt is primed to have a so shout out to Ken for this one. Bargain with Bernie Burner. Here are my Commanders breakout candidates for 2026, 2 on offense, 2 on defense. Ben Sinnott, tight end, Bill Croskey-Merritt, running back, and then Johnny Newton, defensive tackle, and Quan Martin. I should agree with all 4 of these candidates. I think Quan's going to have a nice bounce back year to 2026. He had much better than 2025. Johnny Newton did have 5 sacks last year. I expect him to have another 5 sacks this year, but more like, consistent pressure on the quarterback. Bill Croskey-Merritt, I expect him to be a 1,000-yard running back at a bare minimum. They're probably like a 1,050, 1,100-yard back when everything's said and done. And I think Ben Sinnott can give you 250, 300 yards as a receiving tight end as well. So I expect those guys to contribute very well to the football team. I'm excited. But he just moves differently. Like, bro, like these cuts and like how violent of a runner he is, he just hits different. and he just looks stronger. He looks faster, even. Oh my gosh, this boy gonna be pretty good. My underrated value dynasty bias. This is for fantasy now. All my fantasy football guys, like myself, the guys should buy into. Like these are guys you should draft late too. I think Bill's gonna make a 10th round pick in your fantasy drafts. I don't think Bill's gonna go earlier than the 9th round. So keep that in mind. Greg Dulcich, I think that's a buy in the 10th round. Xavier Worthy should be like an 8th round, 9th round pick. Wanda Robinson should be like a 7th round pick. Jonathan Brooks, you can get him undrafted. You could pick him up. Bill Croskey-Merritt, I think he's going to be a probably 10th round pick. You give him a 10th round pick, that's a really great value. Sam Laporta, probably get him in the 8th, 9th round. Malik Washington, same there. Jerry Bernard, if you can get him undrafted. Jordan Tyson, you probably get him in the 7th, 6th, 7th round. Bishop Tootin, I think you can get him in the 9th round as well. Demon Claiborne, I think you can get him undrafted too. And Terrence Ferguson's a guy, I think you can get him undrafted and you can pick him as a free agent. I think he'd be fine. So yeah, if you're in fantasy, draft Bill Croskey-Merritt. I think he's going to be a nice fantasy buy for someone. I think he'll be a nice 10th round pick for somebody, and you're going to love it. I think, first of all, because they don't know who's going to start. So that's going to hurt like his draft stock when it comes to fantasy football. And 2, the Commanders have a good fan base. But yeah, I think Bill Croskey-Merritt's going to definitely have a huge season. I'm excited to hear it. I'm excited to see it. I think he's going to have a nice week 1 game versus Philadelphia. And I'll be there to watch. So I expect 1,050 yards from him. About I'm going to say 200 carries. I think he gets 200 carries throughout the season. If he gets 200 carries for 17 weeks, that's only 12 carries a game. Only 12 carries a game. I think those 12 carries will be impactful carries. So, I expect 200 carries from Bill Croskey-Merritt this year at bare minimum. 1,050 yards rushing, and I'm gonna say 6 touchdowns. It's hard to replicate 8 touchdowns. That's hard to replicate. Unless they use that counter play that they kept using early in the season. To get him in the end zone a little quicker. I think though that he can maybe get the 8 touchdowns. I'll say he'll replicate it. Shoot, why not? 8 touchdowns. And then probably 20 catches. I'm going to say 180 yards receiving. Give me one receiving touchdown by Bill. So a total of 1,230 yards between rushing and catching, receiving. 9 total touchdowns and 220 total touches. Very efficient. Very efficient. Very good. And gives the other running backs a chance to eat as well. So that's my take on the Bill Croskey-Merritt transformation. He's going to be a heck of a running back this year. I think that he's going to really, really, really assert himself as a running back 1 on his team. And I think a running back you should keep your eye on around the National Football League. So that's going to do it. Like, subscribe. Just want to talk to y'all for half an hour. I don't want to talk your head off too much. Shout out to Red Wings for all his comments, and I appreciate you so much, bro. You guys like, comment, subscribe to the channel. We're on the road to 8,000 subscribers. For some reason, I keep getting these subscriber purchase on YouTube. It's getting a little frustrating, but we're going to get there eventually one day. So I'm not going to trip out too much. I'm going to just kind of stay patient and love you guys with the love of the Lord. Have a good one. Now, catch you guys in this video. I got plenty of videos to share this week. Go follow me on Instagram at Protest Sports Network _. Also subscribe to all my other YouTube channels, the Protest Sports NFL Network. We just hit 30 subscribers on that channel today. I'll put the links in here for you guys real quick. you guys can go subscribe to them. I very appreciate you guys in advance. If you could do that, that'd be huge. So, but specifically the Protest Sports Info Network. That'd be huge. If y'all could do that for me. I could do that. That'd be great. Yeah, so that'd be great if you could do that for me. And I'm also into a Life of Tone channel. So I got a one channel, which is a Life of Tone. You guys already know what that one is. That is the loyalty test reaction channel. We got the people getting cheated on. You guys can react to that stuff. You can watch that stuff as well. And then a lot of fashion channel. I talk about streetwear and stuff like that. So you guys in the streetwear, you guys into loyalty test reactions, you guys are into NFL, not just Commander stuff, you can subscribe to that stuff. I very appreciate that in advance. Thank y'all so much. Appreciate that. But yeah, just trying to grow these platforms, so I can do this full time. So if you guys can help me do that, I appreciate that so much. But yeah, that's gonna do it for today. Please subscribe to all them channels. Love you guys. And catch you guys tomorrow. I have another video tomorrow. That's shorts for you guys this week. I have an upload every day of the week. So from tomorrow to Saturday, you will get an upload from me on this channel and the NFL channel. So please subscribe. You're gonna get some good content. Please subscribe. Thank you guys so much. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.